Hello campers!
Hello!
Today we are going to be teaching you how you can connect with your inner adventurer and camper.
Light the fire within to light the fire without.
Aha! So we are going to be teaching you how you can build a campfire safely, and you can take this skill with you throughout the rest of your life as you go on many exciting camping adventures.
All in the great outdoors.
Come on, let's get started.
Absolutely. Hi campers. Welcome to the fire pit. We've got our kindling right here. So we've got a lot of really thin sticks that'll be really good for catching fire right in the start of the fire. And they're nice and dry, which is really important. And we've also got some sticks covered in brown moss, which is also really good for lighting on fire. And we've got a lot of dry pine needles, which are really good for starting the fire at the beginning. And then after the kindling, we've got our tinder. So these are slightly bigger sticks, normally about an inch around or less, that we'll use to climb the fire up towards the bigger fuel, which is our logs. And so we've got a big old guy right here already freshly cut. So that'll really be the meat of the fire.
So I am going to show you how you can build a combination of kind of the lean-to and teepee type of fire. So first we're going to start off with some kindling, and I'm going to use some brown moss here. I'm going to stick it kind of there, put some pine needles in, and a few little dry twigs. Then we're going to take our tinder.
The bigger sticks.
I think, yeah, the bigger ones, and I'm going to lean my kindling against my tinder here.
Oh. Is that where it gets the name lean-to?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of where it gets the name lean-to. Sometimes you want to leave a little hole for some oxygen to go through.
Right,
kind of like
the fire,
a lean-to has.
Needs that to start.
And that's how to start building the base of it. Once it starts getting a little bigger, we would add a big log or maybe some bigger sticks around it.
What I like to do is I like to build either a little teepee inside of a log cabin or a teepee inside of a bigger teepee. So it's really, building up instead of building sideways. So I'm going to start by putting some brown moss right in the middle, and then I'm going to build a little teepee around the moss with sticks that climb upwards, because I want the fire to move upwards along the stick, and this really lets the oxygen come in, and then hot air goes up, so it carries the heat up through the fire. So I'm starting with all the little kindling and stacking it up into a little teepee with dry stuff right in the middle to catch the fire immediately, and then have the fire climb up the branches to keep the fire going. And now I'm going to start building my log cabin around the teepee. And this allows it to kind of, as the fire grows and expands, it keeps going outwards too. So it's outwards and upwards to keep the fire growing. So we've got our bucket of water, and before we start a fire, we always have a bucket of water full of some water so that we can douse it before it gets anywhere else. And you'll see that we're also building our fire in a big fire pit. So we've got rocks around it so that if the fire starts to go one way or the other, it's not going to spread out into anything else. Now I'm going to blow very gently at the base of the fire.
Wow, that really works. And we've added some bigger things so we can start burning on. This is a roaring fire. It looks great.
Yeah, pistachio, it's amazing. I think we did an incredible job. High five?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so what's left to do with our fire? We just walk away and leave it here?
No, so to be safe, we always need to put out our fire and to make sure it's fully put out. So you pour water on it, you separate the coals and the logs to make sure everything's good. So I think we should go ahead.
I can pour water on it.
That was me!
Oh, I'm so
was
sorry.
Me.
I just saw the red and I thought it was more fire. Oh, well, anyway, we put the fire out and that's what's important, right, kids? I think Pistachio will agree with me.